What's up, guys? Today's video is on the top 5 best Sony phones in 2022. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. If you want to save some money and still get a solid product, check out the Sony Xperia Pro-I, the best budget Sony phone available on the market in 2022. This is a model that stands out for its good autonomy. Despite the less exciting photo component, Sony does not show excessive originality in the area of design, and it's fine. The Xperia Pro-I looks just like the Xperia Pro-III, keeping the plastic back and the 21:9 screen ratio that allows it to have very stretched format. The smartphone, however, is slightly smaller than its predecessor and a few grams lighter. These elements make the device one of the most compact options on the market, which is quite significant. By keeping the 6-inch OLED panel in a smaller body, the Xperia Pro-IV offers a screen that takes up more space on the front. The edges are far from visible, and we also note that the one located above the plate hides the front photo module of the smartphone. The device is pleasant to hold, especially since the fingerprint reader located on the power key is responsive. It's compatible with 5G. Sony remains the only manufacturer that systematically offers mini jack sockets on its smartphones, which are convenient for owners of wired headphones. The Xperia Pro-IV benefits from a closed diagonal screen, which in itself represents an element of differentiation in a market where screens easily exceed 6.5 inches. The screen is protected by the Gorilla Glass Victus, the most effective standard to date. In terms of performance, Sony is satisfied with only a modest technical upgrade in the area of power, as the Snapdragon 680 in the Xperia Pro-III has succeeded the Snapdragon 695, along with 6 GB of RAM. Quite classic in the ultra-wide-angle radius, the Xperia Pro-IV uses an 8-megapixel sensor. The device takes over from the Xperia Pro-III's 8-megapixel front sensor paired with wide-angle optics. One of the great features of this model is that it offers versatility in terms of imaging that is relatively rare in its price segment. For the listed price, we are beyond impressed. The next product we'll talk about is the Sony Xperia Pro-I, aka the best display Sony phone available on the market in 2022. The company targets the ultra-premium domain with this model. The Xperia Pro-I borrows a lot from its predecessor. Sony continues to opt for a thin design with a rather atypical 21:9 format. This panoramic aspect may not suit everyone and is not the most ergonomic for small hands. It's not uncommon to have it move around to get to the volume rocker, which doesn't make it easy to use with one hand. Despite the dimensions, the model is quite light. Also, this format is very pleasant for viewing content in landscape mode. The smartphone has an IP68 water resistance certificate, making it resistant to submersion to up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. We also appreciate the fact that we can add a micro SD card, that the company included a physical trigger for photos, but also that we can use the 3.5mm connection, which has become rare. This model is clearly future-proof, thanks to its 5G compatibility and NFC chip. In the audio department, Xperia Pro-I offers 2 stereo speakers of pretty good quality. It also has a beautiful 6.5-inch OLED panel, which displays 4K content. Like many of its counterparts, the Xperia Pro-I has a Snapdragon 888 SoC paired with 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. It's one of the most powerful chips on the market. Needless to say, the multitasking experience is excellent. Sony intends to excel in the field of photography, and to do this, the company decided on a quadruple photo module developed in cooperation with Zeiss Optics. So we find a wide angle of 12 megapixels, an ultra-wide angle of 12 megapixels, a 3D depth sensor, but also a special telephoto lens of 12 megapixels that allows you to go from a focal length of 70mm to 105mm. Thumbs up, that's for sure. If you aren't hesitant to spend a few extra dollars, check out the Sony Xperia Pro-I, the best premium Sony phone on the market in 2022. This model is almost an exact copy of the Sony Xperia Pro-III, the company's flagship model. The difference is in the camera system. The Xperia Pro-I uses a matrix almost like a digital camera. This is a professional device that'll please even the pro photographers. As for ergonomics, the device fits perfectly in the hand, so there's nothing to complain about. The vertical camera array delivers high-quality performance, while the protruding camera block does not interfere at all during daily use. The back surface of the device is also made of glass. On the left side, there's a slot for SIM cards and a memory card. It can be pulled out with your finger, no staples are needed. This is a big plus for those who often change SIM cards. On the right side is a paired volume rocker, then a power button with a fingerprint sensor embedded in it, and below is a dedicated button to call up selected functions. 4K resolution is available only when watching videos, while in all other modes, the resolution of 1096 by 2560 pixels is automatically turned on. As for autonomy, the built-in Li-ion battery delivers 4500 mAh. In 30 minutes, you can charge the device by 50%, and in an hour, you'll get 100% charge. The device comes in 128 to 512GB versions, where memory cards up to 1 terabyte are also supported. There are no questions about the performance. The phone works great. As for the camera, the sensor is accompanied by an ultra-wide-angle lens of 12 megapixels and a telephoto lens of 12 megapixels. Sony is doing well, but we expected nothing less. In good conditions, this ultra-wide-angle sensor is one of the best in its class. It retains a high level of detail and displays more natural colors. If you can afford this beast, we say go for it. Up next, we present to you the silver medalist, the runner-up best Sony phone on the market in 2022, the Sony Xperia 5 III. This model retains an attractive device in its range. It has advantages over the Xperia 1 III, as it is a much more compact and it's manageable. There is a full-featured camera that wants to offer more for photography enthusiasts, but it doesn't offer the same PC photography experience you might get elsewhere. The design and protection against dust and water are good, and the battery life is good, with Sony using a 21:9 display, resulting in a tall phone that's not as wide as its rivals, making it easier to hold in one hand. Stereo speakers are included in the mix, both on the front edge of the screen, and they can produce pretty good sound. As a long tradition for Sony Xperia devices, there is water protection included in the package, which is at IP68 level, so there's no reason to worry if it gets wet. Overall, the quality of this device is excellent. It offers a resolution of 2520 by 1080, which is good for a device of this size, resulting in a nice, sharp 449 ppi on this phone's 6.1-inch screen. It's an OLED panel, which means rich, vibrant colors, and Sony offers its creator mode designed to bring it back to more natural colors. The combination of power, excellent screen performance, and speakers makes the Xperia 5 III a good phone for gaming. The battery performance is quite good considering that it's a compact device. It'll last one average working day. It's also worth noting that the Xperia 5 III still supports microSD, offering storage expansion if you want to take more with you, in addition to the standard built-in 128GB. As for the camera, Sony offers a 12-megapixel wide-angle lens, an ultra-wide-angle of 12np, but above all, a telephoto lens of 12 megapixels that allows passing with a focal length from 70mm to 105mm. This'll be enough for most users. This is a quality product, and all we can do is recommend it. Finally, we present to you the Sony Xperia 1 IV, the best overall Sony phone in 2022. This phone has a rather complete technical sheet, including an IP68 certificate, a 3.5mm jack port, micro SD, NFC, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, 5G, and more. Nothing is missing. Xperia 1 IV offers a 6.5-inch OLED panel, which displays a 4K definition of 1644 by 3840 pixels. It delivers a 643 dpi, which is impressive because it allows the device to deliver top-tier, highly accurate images. The OLED technology offers almost infinite contrasts and zero afterglow time. The screen has a refresh rate of up to 120Hz, which can be activated in the settings. With the creator mode activated in the options, the device can reach a maximum brightness of 891 CDM2, which allows it to remain readable even in broad daylight. Like many other high-end smartphones, the Xperia 1 IV is powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. You're paired with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, expandable via microSD. Everything is fluid in all circumstances and allows you to seamlessly juggle between apps and social networks. The Xperia 1 IV should be built for gaming. The format is very suitable for playing games, as it allows you to put your fingers on the edges and take full advantage of the center of the screen. Sony again chooses a quadruple photo module with Zeiss optics. We're looking at a 12-megapixel wide-angle, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle, a 3D depth sensor, and a 12-megapixel telephoto. Xperia opts for a more natural display, especially thanks to better controlled colors. Also in the dark, the Sony Xperia 1 IV takes back control. The result remains readable and, above all, more natural. As for autonomy, users got an average score that allows it to last a full day of normal use. Overall, this product delivers premium performance at a fair price-quality ratio. You wanted the best, you got it. So that's it for the best Sony phones of 2022. Like, comment, and subscribe to receive the notifications about our latest videos.